there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. A major reason why some ugly men still get sex. A major reason. Now, I've done some other videos like that, and I've talked about, the charisma, personality, the ugly sexy thing, the ugly sexy player. Shout out cousin T-Tall. We talk about all that. But you know what? It's actually a basic reason why some jacked up looking dudes, some dudes with a face only a mama could love, and let's extend that. They ain't listen to Rom's body game videos. They don't stand out physically at all, And you be wondering, well, how they getting some? Now, it's rare you might actually see them with a woman, but sometimes you do. But a lot of times they working in the shadows. And it's one major reason. They freaks. They freaks. They doing some stuff in the bedroom that, the average guy ain't going to do. Let's just be raw with it. Now, for those who understand the use of the term freaks, that's some, particularly in the black community that, especially some older dudes might say about a man, he just gonna do whatever. They say, hey, you're a freak. Just like you, or male or female. It's like when you call somebody a freak in the black community, that's saying, they ain't saying like it is in the general community, like they just crazy and stuff. If you hear that term in the black community, they saying, oh yeah, that dude or that woman down for whatever. That's a major reason, because you get those dudes like that. The woman ain't gonna necessarily want to be seen with them in public. But those dudes a lot of those dudes be the midnight men and stuff. See, understand something. A lot of women want to do some freaky shit in the bedroom. They don't want just that standard missionary sex or that standard positions and stuff. They want that dude who going to go down on them and everything. They want that dude going to eat them out or do some crazy stuff, or even do some rough stuff like grab them, just slap them around and all of that. Do all that freaky shit, Might even like do some anal with them and stuff. Now I'm serious. You got some women out there, shit, they want everything, and they want some dude who ain't gonna hold back. They want some dude who ain't gonna hold back at all. A lot of women like that. A lot of women got a fetish or whatever. They got some fetish. They want somebody to dominate them. Indeed, if you look at a lot of those fetish communities, or some of those sex party communities, stuff like that, everybody ain't necessarily looking like a fashion model, And for men who can't really get that, here's the equivalent for men. How many men will say, well, I ain't gonna mess with that ugly fat girl, the ugly overweight girl? Yeah, if you talk to the ugly overweight girl, she got a lineup of men. Let's be real. Because see, here's the thing. There's a big difference between who a woman gonna walk around with in public and who she gonna deal with in private. Now in public, let's just be real, for the most part, they're gonna want to be around with the guy who looks good to other people. And that's legit. They want to make sure that guy looks good to other people, or at least decent. He don't necessarily have to be a fashion model or something, but he has to be presentable and all of that. Maybe even have a certain status and everything in public. But see, in the bedroom, it's a different thing, because here's a reality. A lot of dudes who might look good in public to people, and he's a good guy and everything, he goes to church, works in the community, even making some money or something, ain't necessarily the best in bed. Because I'm going to tell you something about women. They want to holler. And a big problem with many women is they not hollering. They not having those orgasms and everything. Now, in general, that's why I promote the body game. In general, a dude need a good body. That goes a long way and stuff, and that turns them on. But that dude with the good body might not necessarily have, that model face. Or he might have something jacked up about him. Or shoot. Even these women up here complain about dusties. A lot of them mess with a dusty on the low if that dusty on the low is running with 12 inches. See, that's another thing too. You know, that, and a lot of dudes don't get that. You got dudes analyzing another man's face and stuff, and I'm like, well, women looking just as much at that man's print. And they might look at him. I've actually heard some women actually say that, though. They say they'll take an ugly man with a big dick. And I'm just being raw with y'all. You know? They said that. It's like if that dude look like he going to just tear some shit up, or he look like he'll eat him out, have him quivering or some shit like that, they thinking about it. I mean, please. Because that's what they thinking about. Now, let's be real. They will practice one of 32 birth controls. They ain't trying to have that dude's baby. But understand something with women. Even though their desire, that primal drive for that child is there, even if they don't want to have one, they still just want to have some fun sometimes. Sometimes they just need a good one. Like that TV show last year that every year it's been on. I've done some reviews on it, Insecure. It shows it right there. The main character, Issa, she with that big old dude. And then there was another time she just had to get some. She just found one of her neighbors. Now, they weren't like the model looking types of the guys she would deal with otherwise. But she just needed something. And a lot of women are like that. And see, I'm going to tell you something now with women. And I know this from dealing with women, talking with them. A lot of times they'll see that dude and he don't look like all that, but if he talk a certain way, or he come off as nasty, like he'll do whatever in the bedroom, now they'll still act, you know, like, oh, I wouldn't deal with them. They'll tell their friends, but then they'll slide that dude that number and say, all right, you come here, you know, come over my place at this time, or shoot, they might go visit him and he might be on, you know, he might live in a bad neighborhood on an air mattress or something. And all they'll just say is, okay, they'll do their thing, get off, do all the freaky shit they fantasize about. And then they'll be like, all right, just act like you don't know me. That's it. Seriously. That's it. See, I'm gonna tell you what, a lot of dudes don't understand how women get down out here sexually. They don't understand it. That's why I always say, you know, don't worry about, you know, yeah, you still want to try to present your best, but that sex thing takes it to another level. Seriously. That's why some women, they'll get that presentable guy, even marry the guy, even pop out a baby for him. But when they cheat, you just don't know. Like I said, the best thing a man could do is have that good body. Because they don't need his face for anything. You know, just his tongue at best. And I'm just being raw with you. See, here's the thing. That's why my biggest thing is a man opening himself up sexually. That's my biggest thing. He developing his own sexual confidence and everything. Because if some jacked up looking dude can get his out here, some dude who fixed himself up and got some better physical appearance or something should be able to tear it up. In fact, that's a fantasy for some women. That dude who look good and also good in bed. That's a big thing. Because a big thing out here with many women, it's hard for them to find both in the same package. In fact, they get disappointed if they do find that dude who does look like something. They can be presentable. And, you know, in the bedroom, they're like, seriously. Or he don't give off that impression. Shoot, that's a fantasy for women. But the thing is, they look at that guy, he got that face only a mom could love. And a lot of women will think, okay, he gonna do a little bit harder. And he does, because the dude know that's his really only calling card. You know? Because a lot of those dudes don't have money like that. And then a lot of those dudes are also open for different types of women. They ain't as picky. You know? So a lot of women be looking at them, and here's the thing. Some beautiful women, a lot of beautiful women, physically beautiful women don't think as much. They got they be thinking, well, I don't look as good or something. You looking at her seeing a 9, she looking at herself in the mirror and seeing a 5. You know? So then you get that dude with the unfortunate face, he come up, he all friendly and stuff, especially he got some game, boom. Now notice I said some. Let me be very clear about that, because a lot of other guys like that will have low self-esteem or something. But you get some guy who's on some freak shit, please. And a woman can peep that, and trust me, they can. He's in there. And you know what, that's just some real stuff, because like I always say, you be out here, and I done seen this since I was little. You always see that one guy, you be like, how he doing, whatever. But then you start finding out, and I've seen this on 2 different college campuses, different social circles, whatever. Dude tan up. You know why? Because he make that woman holler. He throw those legs back. He be dominating. Indeed, some guys like that, they the main ones that be like dominants in some BDMSM communities or something like that. But that's the real deal. Yeah. And they don't have to bring their like square jaw or anything. All they had to do is bring the Johnson. You know, and know what to do with it. Boom. So anyway, just wanted to share that. Just give a perspective, because look, here's the thing. Here's the ultimate thing. There's a big difference between what happens in the social world and publicly and stuff, and what happens behind closed doors. If you want to be that man who can do the work behind closed doors, regardless of what you look like, all right? So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.